Howdy folks. Today I wanted to show you this little circuit I just got done breadboarding. This is a ESR circuit. It's for a capacitance ESR meter. ESR stands for equivalent series resistance. And it's a capacitance checker, or a capacitor checker, just like this thing back here is. And that little guy there. But what I use this for is to check the series resistance in a capacitor, which is it's something that could cause problems in your circuits if your capacitor is old and dried up and acting like a resistor, and it could cause the capacitor to fail more rapidly and just avalanche on itself and cause major problems in your circuit. So that's something you want to be able to test for, and you can't test for that with a normal regular ohms meter. You have to have a special meter for that, and that's what this circuit is right here. So this is a circuit that I got off a fellow on YouTube, and he here's a circuit right here. So he drew this circuit up, and I got the parts and I built it. Right now it's just on a breadboard, so this is just a temporary thing. And I'm going to put it on a circuit board, probably this guy right here from Radio Shack. It's about the right size that I need. So what I found, this meter right here, I found this at a Goodwill store a while back for a couple dollars, and right here's the case that it goes into. And this is an old telephone repairman's meter. It's hard to see with the glare in there, but I'm not going to be repairing any telephones, so I'd like to put this thing to use. So I'm going to use it for my new ESR meter. This is the board that came out of that meter right here, and as you can see, it's about the same size as that. So I'm going to build this circuit on here and put it with that meter in that case. This should be pretty neat. So let me go ahead and show you how this circuit works. I just have this connected up to a battery right here, and all I got to do is plug it in and it'll turn on. Okay, so right now the circuit's working, and let's see, I got it hooked up to an oscilloscope here. If I could get it, there we go, it's turned intensity up. So right there is the square wave that it's producing. Let's take a look at the schematic right here. Right here is where I got my oscilloscope probe hooked up. So it's on the other side of this oscillator. This is the oscillator right here, and this is a buffer section, and right here is where my oscilloscope probe is. And you can see the probe right there. Let's see if it'll focus in on that. It's not focusing very well. But anyhow, so that's the square wave right there. That's the oscillations. And let's see if we could get a measurement on the frequency. If you look at that, I don't know if you can see that. Frequency is 102,000 hertz. So we'll say 100,000 hertz. This thing is oscillating back and forth. So what I'm going to do now, this right here is where you would normally hook up the capacitor, okay, and test it for its series resistance. And what I'm going to do is I got a resistor substitution box here. So I'm going to use this as a as a substitution for the capacitor under test. And I'm just going to hook this wire up right here. Okay, now you see what it did to our square waves. Looks a little funky now. But it also, we got deflection on our meter. Okay, so right now that's on 0 ohms. I got it zeroed out, so you can see right here that I have it on 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So 0 ohms, and right here I have a potentiometer, and I'm just going to use this potentiometer and I'm going to move it back and forth to zero out this meter. Okay, and that meter is hard to see on camera here, but about right there it's zeroed out. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to move this dial, and I don't know if you can see the numbers on there, but that's 1 ohm, 2 ohms, 3 ohms, 4 ohms, all the way up to 10 ohms just on this one knob. And then I can move up to this one, and this does it in 10 ohm steps. So that's 10 ohms, 20 ohms, 30 ohms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out doing 1 ohm at a time, and you can watch the deflection on this meter. See if I can get it where it's not so glared. Okay, that's about the best I could get it. So here's 1 ohm, 2 ohms, 3 ohms, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I know it's hard to see on here, but at 10 ohms, I'm reading a little bit more than half scale, say about 3/4 scale, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this back to 0, and I'm going to go to the next knob and move it right up to 10. That should put us right back where we were. So there's 10 ohms, 20 ohms, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So this is about 100 ohm deflection on this meter, and which this will work perfect for my ESR meter. So I just wanted to make a quick video and show you guys what I got here, and my next step is to get it built onto that board, and which time I'll come back and show you a little more. Alright, thanks for looking.